Mandatory minicamp has come and gone, and so now we've reached the dog days of summer, where the only questions left on the table are what's going on with Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, and Danielle Hunter. Justin Jefferson, despite missing voluntary OTAs, did show up for mandatory OTAs, and of course, everybody asked, where were you? I have zero issues with Justin Jefferson not showing up for voluntary workouts. There's a reason they are voluntary. It's like asking a student in high school who's already got a 98% on his final grade, asking for extra credit so that he can make it 100. And while some would say it would show leadership, I would say this isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world, because with his absence, along with the absence of rookie Jordan Addison, it allowed other wide receivers to take first team reps with Kirk Cousins, KJ Osborne for one, but more specifically, this Naylor guy that everybody keeps telling me can be a number 3 wide receiver on this team. Okay, cool. He had some spectacular catches, got some work in with the ones, as well as Lucky Jackson. If a wide receiver were to go down for an extended period of time, the next man up mentality can only be enhanced by the fact that they've already gotten first team reps. Justin Jefferson is going to sign a mega extension, probably for around 4 years, and is going to break all kinds of records for non-quarterback. This Justin Jefferson contract not being done is being overblown. As much as I enjoy reading and listening to Mike Florio, particularly when he's on with Paul Allen, giving Paul Allen the business, it's a nothing burger. Justin Jefferson will sign his extension, most likely before the regular season starts. If this was this time next year, would I be concerned? Yes, I would. Justin Jefferson's going to be doing the gritty for the Minnesota Vikings for a long time. There can't be musings about the Minnesota Vikings offseason without there being something talked about Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins. He was asked, what's going on with your contract? You're on the last year of your deal. Paraphrasing Judge Allgan's questions, but the bottom line, Kirk responded with, you know what? I'm just here to play. I'm going to let this process play itself out, and we'll deal with it in March. Bravo, Kirk. And bravo to the Vikings. Kirk is coming off the best season of his career in 2022, and some would argue should have already been given a contract extension. The Vikings did offer him a 1-year extension, which Kirk said, no, I'd like 3, so we'll just play this last year out. So the Vikings clearly want him this year and next year and don't want to commit to him after that. I like the fact that the Vikings are keeping their options open, whether they're going to extend him if he has another great season or if they're just going to test the waters with another rookie quarterback next year. Bottom line is this. Kirk Cousins absolutely will be this team's quarterback in 2023, and that's just something that we need to get behind and be done with. Having said all that, if Kirk balls out, takes this team to an NFC Championship game, by all means, feel free to give him a multi-year extension. But once again, the leadership shown by Kirk Cousins, whether you love the guy, hate the guy, or somewhere in the middle, cannot be questioned. He's done everything he can for his team. He was here for voluntary and mandatory, throwing the ball to each and every one of his wide receivers, getting them involved, and has put to bed any type of controversy about his contract. As we close out one daytime saga with Dalvin Cook, so enters another with Danielle Hunter. As the world turns, how many more days of our lives in our one life to live? Okay, the soap opera bit needs to be taken to General Hospital and put out of its misery. You and your agent signed a bad deal, and that's something you're going to have to live with. Now, yes, when he signed that deal in 2018, the Vikings believed themselves to be in the Super Bowl window, and he was convinced to take a little less money and was probably given some assurances by then general manager Rick Spielman that 1 or 2 more seasons down the road, we'll renegotiate this for you and bump you up some more. Then Danielle missed an entire season due to a tweak in his neck, and then the following season missed half the season with his torn pectoral muscle. And for the last couple of years, Danielle Hunter has been asking for more money. The Vikings have simply taken money from the back end of his contract and pushed it forward. What I find interesting about this scenario is the Vikings have not offered him an extension, but they did offer to give him more money this season. That should tell you something. That tells you that they want him here this season, but they don't want him for beyond that unless he has another great season here in 2023. No NFL team gives a player more money when they don't have to. Usually, they're asking players to give money back. See Dalvin Cook, Eric Kendricks, Adam Thielen, and oh, by the way, the one person who said yes, Harrison Smith. Danielle has said he wants a multi-year contract extension because he's not willing to bet on himself, the way Kirk Cousins is, because he has an injury history. And frankly, I don't blame him for that. I also don't blame the Vikings for saying, you know what, you're 29, you have some injury issues, and we want you, but we're not ready to back up the Brinks trucks for you. So the Vikings and Danielle Hunter, they're pretty much at an impasse. My prediction, I don't think Danielle Hunter plays on this team again. I'm not saying that that's what I want, but from what I'm hearing off the record, as well as what I can glean, I don't think Danielle Hunter plays again for the Minnesota Vikings. He was not happy that he was not offered a contract extension. Yes, the Vikings said, hey, we'll bump up your salary from $5 million this year to 10 or 15 or whatever it is that they offered. That wasn't exactly reported. But the fact that they offered you more money but said, hey, we only want you for 1 more year, I would kind of take that as a bit of an insult too. And my sources are telling me, sources in air quotes, of course, that the damage has been done and that their relationship is beyond repair. Not saying it can't change. It's possible. I'm just saying it's highly unlikely. At this point, the Vikings are shopping Danielle Hunter. Make no mistake about it. They want a first-round pick for him, as they should. And guess what? No team's going to give the Vikings a first-round pick for Danielle Hunter right now because there's no need to. It's the offseason. There's no desperation. So we'll see where this goes. I don't want the Vikings to sell Danielle Hunter for pennies on the dollar for like a 4th or a 5th round draft pick. But at the same time, I don't want the Vikings to just let Danielle Hunter play out his contract and get absolutely nothing for him in return. This is a business. You have assets, you have liabilities, and assets depreciate. And at some point, if all the Vikings did was give Danielle Hunter more money this year and let him walk away for nothing, well, sure, that's the best thing for 2023. But it's not the best thing for 2024 and beyond. But I really do hope that there's a peaceful resolution to this. And I would love to see Danielle Hunter play on this team again, particularly with Brian Flores as the defensive coordinator who's actually going to do something for the defense as opposed to just letting them get picked apart left and right. Thank you, Ed Donachelle. But as the world turns, maybe there'll be another guiding light. Okay, no more soap opera references, I swear. Hopefully Danielle Hunter is back on this team. I'm just saying that at this point, I'm mentally preparing myself for that not to be the case. But those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. Leave me a comment here on the YouTube page and let me know what your thoughts are, both on Kirk Cousins, Danielle Hunter, Justin Jefferson, or anything else we saw at Mandatory Minicamp. And for now, Skol. To the next episode.